Hello, this is Jenna Roberts with Present Path Tarot, and today we're going to be looking at the Earth Magic decks by Daniel Martin Diaz. These are two of the same deck, one in black and white, one in color, in case you're trying to make a Two of Swords decision as to which one to get. Hopefully this will help you out. Here we go. We have the opener card that is his brand design. And then, oh, they're so beautiful. Earth Magic. Just a simple... I would use that card, honestly, just as a extra oracle type card. The Fool. At the beginning, I'm going to show you them a little more clearly up in person, and then as we go, I might just kind of run through them a little faster, but I want to give you a sense of the cards. I feel like these have a nice, it's very similar to the Osni deck. I think that's what it's called. I'll put it in. High Priestess with her moon. My voice is a little crackly today. Also, if you like my ring, it's by Wild by Design, a local Portland artist. I just got it at the Oddities and Curiosities Festival, which was fun to work at. Empress. I really like the richness of the colors in this. I can already tell that I'm into the color one, but I will say I really like the... Oh, I love that Hierophant. He's got a death vibe about him. Very nice. Ooh, yum. I really like the antique look of the other deck, and I think some people might prefer that. Oh, I love that Nerve System Lovers card. I really like that there's kind of a macabre in his style. And he's very into alchemical imagery. I'm going to show you some other decks of his. Guy I was dating told me about him, and I was like, oh my god, I am in love with this artist. And then I emailed with him because I had accidentally ordered the black and white deck, and he was kind enough to help me get the second one at a good deal. So he was really nice about it. But I will say, I'm excited to own both because I love owning decks. I just think you're getting such a bargain for 78 plus pieces of beautiful art. And to me, the amount of work that goes into each and every one of these is just enormous. And so it's my pleasure to support artists. And this Hanged Man card, he actually sent extras of, so that was kind of fun as a little treat. So we also have, I like that he adds in symbols in the background. It's carrying all the classical symbols of the cards. I'm reading a really neat book right now that maybe I'll do a review on about the history of tarot. I like Saturn eating his children vibe in there. Very nice. Tower of Babel vibes. Very mimicking classic art that does that. That particular tower. Alright, the moon. I noticed that the focus is better on the color. It really grabs the focus better, and for some reason the black and white's not pulling the focus as much. Oh, I love that angel with all the wings. She's got that, I want some extra eyeballs on it. That's the only thing I'm craving here. I like the whole thing about angels with crazy amounts of eyes. I think that's a fun little biblical reference that's caught costumers' attention. Okay, going into the Ace of Cups. So we're going to start doing 2 cards at a time. And I'm going to have to concentrate because I did notice I tried this before and it didn't focus. So we're going to make sure it focuses each time. So the Minor Arcana, you know, they're a little bit more pippy, where they're more simple in the messaging and the imagery. But still, oh, there's a classic Five of Cups. Interesting, the Six of Cups looks so much like a normal Seven of Cups, which there's the Seven of Cups. So let's look for a moment at what's in the bucket. What's in the cups? So it's more plants. It's all plants in the Six of Cups. Growth and childhood is part of what that's about, nostalgia. And then in the Seven of Cups, it's the more classic collection of the same things. Although it looks like he put a D&D dice in there. A dodecahedron, I think. Maybe it's bigger than that. It's 20 sides. Dodecahedron is 12. So yeah, I like that Nine of Cups though. I mean, there's definitely a variety of things happening in these cards and lots of background imagery. Ooh, look at that Page of Cups. So rich with design technique. AI did not make this. It's so obvious. The attention to little details and the beautiful line drawings here. She looks like a sad Queen of Cups. She needs to make more art. If you're a sad Queen of Cups, you should make some more art. Love this King of Cups. Delicious. I love art. I love owning art. Did a bit of reframing. My cards got away from me. El Corazon. So pretty. I like that it's a shirt. That's cool. Focus. There we go. It's interesting because on this side it almost looks like a branch, and on this side it's more obvious that it's fire. Classic Six of Swords with a boat. And then a more pip Seven of Swords. An Eight of Swords. It's interesting, she's still on a beach, but she's not trapped, but she does have blood dripping from the sword. Still suffering. I appreciate having interracial people in cards, so I appreciate having an Asian woman represented. And he's a Diaz, so I hope there's some Latino expressions in here that I may not even be recognizing, but alchemistry goes back in many cultures, so there can be neat cultural integrations. Oh, and interesting, she's holding the similar, this was represented earlier, so it'll be interesting to lay these all out. Well, this is definitely one of my favorite cards so far. I'm loving this one. Reminds me of Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's film that I just enjoyed. Back into the wands together. A little bit more pip in the wands, where there's less story imagery going on in some of the cards. Let me clean that up a bit. Eight of Wands is always pippy though. Here's back to a more classic style. The tired Nine of Wands. Yeah, and then the overwhelmed Ten of Wands. And it's interesting that I can see that there's a hand coming on the opposite side for the Seven of Wands, then for the Ten of Wands, the opposite side hand. Kind of an interesting take on that. Oh, wow. Just wow. Amazing. And into the Pentacles. Lovely classic, kind of a more pip style on this one. Yeah, some of the imagery is very simple, but the beauty of the art makes up for it for me. I really like stories in cards, but I think that in these we're capturing enough of the classic imagery, like the cathedral there, and the balance here, that the art itself is so pretty. More pip styles, but they're it reminds me a lot of the Usi decks. And there we have it. So really beautiful decks. The card stock is almost identical in the two decks. They have a nice slippy to them, and the tencel, I call it the tencel, is firm but thin. Like, subscribe, and follow in the comments, and go look in the details to find out where you can find these beautiful Earth Magic decks by Daniel Martin Diaz. So have a great day. Thanks for watching.